The Demko 20.5, the knife that you should get for yourself. The frigid factor is just amazing. The looks, the knife lock, and above all, the whole entire concept behind this knife makes it an amazing EDC for you to get. So a few things about this, why I like it so much and why should you consider getting this for yourself is, first of all, it opens up super easy with one finger. To close it up, you also need one finger as well. All you have to do is to press down on the shark lock and then flip it just like this and it closes. To open it up, just like that, you open it up as well. So this is what makes it an awesome work knife, because for those of you who are working with your hands and need something that you are capable, especially if you're on a ladder, you need something to go ahead and use for EDC purposes, and you cannot spare two hands to work with the knife to open and close. This is what makes it really perfect, in my opinion. So first of all, to open it up, you only can grab it with one hand and you don't need a second hand to open it, which makes it a plus. Next thing, to close it is super easy as well. As you can see, I close it with one finger, just moving it up and down, which leads the other hand to do other tasks that you need to do, such as climbing the ladder, holding yourself safety as you're doing it, or even using a different tool in case you need to. Now, the next thing about this knife is how slim its entire profile actually is. And talking about slim, this knife looks exceptionally awesome as well. So not only it is slim size, this is the red one, by the way. This edition has the gray scales to this. It's kind of white looking, but it's actually gray. So it depends on the angle of your camera. Now, the knife itself is really nice looking as well. Opens up exceptionally fast, looks really good, and above all, it is one of those knives you should consider to get for yourself. Oh yeah, we got a brand new treat for you. It is a Demko knife over here, limited edition. Not really that limited, but it is really nice looking box over here we have. They're definitely not easy for you to open them up, but once you open them, woohoo! So on the inside, we have this shark lock right there by Demko. Pretty awesome. We have the sticker over here. This is beyond awesome. I love this. This is my brand new logo that's gonna be when I'm gonna be making videos, just to let you know. And the next thing about this is that the actual Demko comes in this big thing right here, and it's kind of big. Now the box itself is majorly big as well, but let's check out what is inside here to see if we have any surprises. So soft texture right here, says Demko knives. We also have two different spots for us to put the knife into, and another location right here where we have another one of those strips in case something goes wrong with this one. You lose it or you remove it, whatever you decide to do with it. Now, next thing we're going to be doing is checking this red edition out and to see if it is any good. And coming in at 3.6 ounces, this is pretty decent. It's not too bad. It's pretty lightweight, that is for sure. Next thing we're going to be looking at is the size measurement for this one over here. So when it's opened up, it's different than when it's closed. Let's check this one out. 4.5 inches when it is closed, and wide you're talking about 1.5 of an inch. Now opening this up all the way. Woo, let's check it out right now. We are talking about 7.5 of an inch, and the blade itself going around of 3 inches. The handle is about 4.5 of an inch. So you have the specs over here in case you decide you want to get this thing for yourself. Now it does feature the famous shark lock over here, which is right there. Shark lock is kind of different than what you usually get. You kind of move this down and the knife just drops, just like that. And it makes it easy for you to do one hand opening and closing. Those are for you acrobats over there. And those two ways for you to open this. Grab it, open this up. Next, use your finger and keep moving until it opens up. And then to close it, all you have to do is to start the shark lock and move it just down. And it engages the lock mechanism, and it's gonna just drop the knife. Just like that. So this is kind of cool, by the way. You can see it snaps right back in. So engage, disengage. You can see that how it drops right back in, just like this. Now, this is a plus or a minus, in my opinion. For those of you who are new to knives, this thing is probably for not for newbies, because if you put your finger right there, it will drop right on it and close it on you. On the other hand, if you need something that opens up and snaps in place, doing lots of work, you need a one finger ability to close this and open it. One finger open, just like this. One finger close, just like that. It is the knife for you. So it's definitely is fun on the frigid factor to this. This is the red edition. You can see the red scales over here. And you can flip this around. If you don't like this being in this location, you can take it out and you can put it on this location. This is why they have two of those. They have a second one for those of you who are lefties, and it is included. So initially I was thinking, oh, you have a second one just in case it breaks. No, it's not going to break. It's just a second one in case you decide to put it on the other side and remove this one, which makes it a different kind of carry clip altogether. But this thing is really, really slim. We're talking about Slim Shady. This thing is slim. The size of it is just really slim too. And for those of you who like slim stuff, this is the knife for you to get. For those of you who don't like slim stuff, this is not the knife for you to get. You can see how slim overall it really is. When it comes to putting it on my hand, you can see the size-wise, this thing is pretty good. Now opening this up, the grip is awesome. See how I grip this thing up right here. And it also prevents you from moving right here. There's a safety right here. So if you're going to be cutting stuff all the time, we have some safety for you. Prevents you from keep moving up, so you don't accidentally cut yourself as you're doing some groovy work over there. So as in terms of this being an EDC everyday carry for you, this is designed exactly to do that. If you get this at a great price, this is even better. This knife is a work knife. It's a knife for you to get things done. It also looks pretty good as well. It's also a simple mechanism. Open and close, and of course, this thing is just addictive to open and close altogether. And yeah, I just did it. That's how you're supposed to actually close it up. And opening it up, two ways for you to open that are fun. It is moving this way or getting this joint over here, which could be removed if you want to, I guess. But I'm just going to keep it there. It looks really badass. Now the knife itself opens up really nice. It looks great. It is awesome. Now it's time for us to test it out. Now, first test. I hate knives that you hit this, it just bounces back in. That's not good. Let's go ahead and check it out. Yeah, that was great. Next thing is the cutting test. So let's see how much this thing cuts down. Whew, look at that. Stabbing test. It stabbed it right in, which is good. No marks. Next thing, how it cuts. It slices super easy. You can feel that the knife, the action is just awesome. If you need faster slice, you just go for it and it goes right down. It goes down as well. A really good knife. The action on it is superior. Now it is stuck here. This knife I think is pretty decent. I think overall it's probably one of those knives that once you get your hands on it, you would say this thing is awesome. This thing is made in Taiwan, by the way, but the quality speaks volume to it. And if you want to invest in an awesome knife, that's going to be the perfect EDC. This is definitely one of those things. I would say this is rated 9.8 out of 10. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I hate giving something a perfect 10 because there's always room for some improvement. But if I was going to give this, I don't know. I would say let's go back on the 9.8. This deserves a perfect 10. I gotta admit, this is just a perfect knife. There is just absolutely nothing wrong with this at all. For the price point, it's also very decent too. If you get this thing for a good price, you just made bank. And not only that, you got yourself an awesome EDC that is great size, great fit and finish, awesome, powerful lock, slim profile, ambidextrous. It has the frigid factor, opens up super easy. It's just the perfect knife. Make sure you get yours today. This thing is just great. Thank you so much for getting all the way to the end of this video. And of course, what is the rating of the knife I give it to? Like I said before, 10 would be the perfect rating. And out of this, 9.8 to 10 is the scale that I actually think this knife belongs to. And if anything, this should be the perfect 10 because it has all the features that you need in ADC. The price is just about right. And to top it off, the whole entire concept of this knife is great as well. There is almost nothing I actually dislike about this. Now, to be truthful, if you're picking on things, the scales could be much better for this specific version of this knife. But if you're looking for more high-end AD10 and AD20.5, you would definitely get an amazing looking version that you can get for yourself that is much better, much more expensive than this economical version of this knife. And this is why I rate it so highly. For the price, for everything that you get, you're getting a great deal for this knife. And to top it off, it has the frigid factor, and above all, opening and closing is just fun. And of course, the best part is that this knife belongs in your collection.